What is up, y'all? We're back. This is 2017, episode 19 of Two Jersey Kids. I am one of your hosts, Adam Buckingham, for this Friday evening, along with my good friend, the best stick handler in the business, Gary Seisel. How has your 2017 been so far?
It has been very nice. It's kind of weird to be back here again and to get back into this again. It's been kind of strange.
It's been a few weeks, like 2.
I've been feeling like there's been something missing in my life, and I think it's probably this podcast. So I'm happy to be back in the old saddle here.
Sure, that's pretty sad if this is the thing missing in your life, Gary.
Well,
not
you
gonna
get the
lie.
idea.
No, I'm just kidding. We missed you all. Thank you all for being here. If you didn't know, we release a Tuesday and Friday episode. Tuesday is normally where we break down the games coming out this weekend. Friday is the topics that are going on. Well, this is the first episode of the new year, so honestly, there's not too many topics still going on, so me and Gary probably will chit-chat about what we've done over the break, what we've been playing, So, yeah. Remember, follow us on Twitter at 2JerseyKids. Please hit that subscribe button if you're a new listener. We appreciate all of you. If you're a continued listener, please go rate us on iTunes. It would help us out so much. Gary, how you been? What have you been up to this break? What have you been playing? I've seen you've been playing some Battlefield 1. You playing anything else besides Battlefield 1? If not, talked about Battlefield 1. Do your thing!
Okay. Well, I got Battlefield 1 and I also got Dishonored 2 for Christmas. Ooh. So I've admittedly played way more Battlefield 1. A lot of my friends have it, so we've been joining up in a squad, and it's Battlefield 1. I mean, or any Battlefield game is a lot more fun when you can tackle it with 4 or 5 players. So
of course he plays with randos pieces of shit and not with me. Never plays with me. Always plays with these random fuckers that he's not as close with. God damn it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Fuck
Jealousy.
Those people.
Anyway, I have been playing. I played a little bit of Dishonored 2 today. I haven't played that game as much, so I can't really speak as in depth about it as I could Battlefield. But definitely a different game. Like I didn't really know what to expect. What's up?
Question. I was raising my hand for people listening to us because you can't really watch us. We don't have a YouTube, version of this yet. Maybe. But question. Why have you played Dishonored 1? Do you know what's going on?
I never played Dishonored 1, no.
You probably should have grabbed Dishonored, the definitive edition, when it was on sale, during the holiday sales, when it was $10. You probably should have grabbed that so you understood what was going on. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Continue with what you were saying about Battlefield 1. Squatting up, killing some people. Oh, you're actually talking about Dishonored 2. What do you find fascinating about it?
It's just the atmosphere of the game. It's very it's like 18th century, but with magical powers and stuff like that.
Steampunk, sci-fi, fantasy type mix all together.
It's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of BioShock Infinite a little bit in that type of genre. It's kind
always related back to BioShock.
I guess. But yeah, anyway, it reminds me of that, and it's been fun. I guess it would have been better if I had played the first game. I didn't know it was going to be one of those games that you had to play the first one to understand the second. But anyway, getting more into Battlefield, what? Is it not the case?
I don't know. I didn't completely beat the original Dishonored, so I don't know I haven't played Dishonored 2, so I don't know if the story sort of ties in. I'm pretty certain there's both those characters were in Dishonored 1, so yeah, it may be a carry-on to that. But I really enjoyed Dishonored 1. I need to get back to it. Maybe we'll get the I don't know.
Maybe I'll read up on it. Who knows? But
SparkNotes that shit. Is SparkNotes still alive? Alive.
Sure
It's still going?
As long as there's lazy high school or college students, there's always going to be SparkNotes.
That's true. I actually never used SparkNotes.
Really?
I've always read the book. I was the goody two-shoes bastard in school. I would always read the book, no matter how boring it was. Randomly, I remember, what was the book we had to read in middle school? It was called, Touching Spirit Bears.
Oh, my Lord.
It's the worst name ever, but it was kind of boring at first, and then I kind of got into it. I thought it was a decent book at the end. Wow. I don't know why we're talking about this. This is a video game podcast. Battlefield 1, go!
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of fun playing together with a squad with people that you know. I haven't really played it by myself because of that exact reason. It's so hard to accomplish anything when you're kind of just going in alone, and you know if you don't have people you can really count on to actually have your back or take an objective. But the game, I played the single player campaign. I played through a few of the war stories. That's what they're called. So basically, they have like several characters, as several characters, and they have their war stories, and basically you play through them, and they take place in different parts around the world. So,
have you been enjoying the war stories? Do you think they're very well told?
Absolutely. I played through Lawrence of Arabia, even though it's not really him that you're focusing on, but one of his, I guess, like soldiers or close friends, possibly. But that was really. It took place in Africa, and it was really cool. It was like very stealthy, and it was just. I thought that the story was just way more fleshed out and way more, I guess, interesting than most first person shooter like Call of Duty type stories. I felt like it was just something I could like relate to and believe a little bit. But it's been a blast. So yeah, I played through the single player. I've been playing the multiplayer now. The guns,
taking names.
It's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Do you? Is that the beta map? Is that still a prominent map that's being used, or are there better maps that people enjoy more, or that you enjoy more?
It's funny. I think it's a set rotation. So like, you're not going to play Sinai Desert. That was the map in the beta. You're not going to play that map any more than the other one. So it's just going to be one. You go in an order, and basically you'll hit that along the way. There are other maps in the game that I haven't had one that I really disliked at all. Some of them are kind of they're kind of broken in a sense that if you spawn on one side of the map, you run the chance of being like basically trapped in your spawn if your team isn't that good. Which I guess can happen on every like a lot of maps, but this one is you're kind of just funneled in. It's like a straightaway, and you're just like it's another desert map. I can't remember the name of it right now, but yeah, you run the risk of basically being trapped in your spawn and just getting destroyed, which did happen to us one time and drove me to drink heavily.
For some reason, that made me think of it was Battlefield 3. I remember playing that game where all the maps there were just always like there's always two corridors where it's just like a death corridor where it's just like a firefight for days, but both sides going back and forth. I just remember that being pretty sick. That's my 2 cents because I haven't got Battlefield 1.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's there are some maps that have like that's similar to that what you were just talking about. Like there's like a bridge where everybody's like going to, or at least a lot of the idiots will go to this bridge and fight for like 20 minutes straight, but don't take an objective, and they finish with like no points. So it's like,
solid,
the usual, but it's fun. But what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Well, I had a early break due to personal reasons. I was in Florida when we did the last recording, which was not expected. So if the audio was kind of poor, that's the reason why. I had the fucking hardest time. The damn thing wouldn't export to iTunes. I had to do a workaround to get the damn thing over, and then I had to like compress it multiple times, and then the audio didn't turn out as well as it normally does, in my opinion. But what is my opinion really in these things? But you are listening to me, so who's the real loser in that? But. What was I saying? Oh, on the break, I played a lot of Hearthstone. I got back into Hearthstone again, playing it on my iPad, traveling. Really enjoying the expansion. I'm not too much of a fan of the meta that is going on right now. The deck building process is going on. It's very lopsided with the certain decks. It's either if Hearthstone's fans out there know, it's pirate warrior, pirate shaman, very aggressive. Not too many other decks compete with them, especially at the higher levels. Not that I ever get up that high, but once you start to the middle teens, that's when you start seeing them, and it's kind of frustrating because there's not much deck variety. But the lower levels, the mid to low teen level, where I like to hang out at, where there's a lot more deck variety, I've been enjoying Hearthstone and the expansion. It's been fun. New Tavern Brawls coming out. One with the mysterious stranger or traveler, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I'm always into Hearthstone. It'll always have my heart. Always enjoy the deck building, card collecting game. Shut up, Gary! This is my time to talk. You had the spotlight. It's mine. It's money. The money's mine. And then I've been shout out to Allison Lodato. I've been playing Final Fantasy 15. I got that on for a deal on Amazon before break. Finally came in when I got back. Been playing it. Been enjoying it, really. I like the combat. It's very more simplistic. Kind of reminded me of the Kingdom Hearts style. Very large battles can take place. The camera does suck, though. She mentions that in our review discussion that took place a few weeks back, which I've posted before. Go listen to it if you're curious about Final Fantasy 15, because she did a really good job. But yeah, it seems like it's a very entry-level game for people that haven't played Final Fantasy games in the past. Doesn't seem like you need to know too much about the story. I know the basic story. Bad things happen to the city you're from. You're a prince, and then you become crowned king for reasons, and now you gotta go save the city. Seems straightforward. There's a girl involved. I'm only on start of Chapter 3. That's basically all I know. So, we'll see how it goes, but I enjoy the combat, the large-scale battles. Pretty straightforward. It's not too difficult of a game unless you're going up against, like, higher levels, but I do like the leveling aspect. Weapons, collecting, getting AP points to level up your team per se, or your individual Noctis or whatever his name is. Not a fan of the voice acting though. It's not the best. It's not the best. That's to say the least. But I do love. It's always nice. Cruising, the traveling system's kind of. I still haven't gotten down yet. Some portions you can fast travel, but when you're traveling to like locations on the map, you hop in your car and you just like auto drive on the road to the area. But you can jam out to some old Final Fantasy tunes. So, which Final Fantasy's always had good music, from what I can tell. So, I've been enjoying it. I like the banter that back and forth. I'm really enjoying I've shared a few, I think, pictures on Twitter. The one person in your party, I forget his name, always takes like pictures during like fights or like crucial story moments, or just random pictures of like the party, and then I share them on Twitter at Two Jersey Kids. Go follow us! Yay!
Nice plug in there.
Always gotta get that plug. That's the key when you're in this business, as experts as we are, is get that plug in there. Always in the industry. Slide it in nice and deep like. But that has been what I've been up to this new year. Gary, I think we should probably get into the topics, and then maybe at the end, because there's not many topics, we'll do some random talk. Maybe look to the future of Two Jersey Kids, what we plan on doing, especially because, you're out of school, you lazy bastard. You should do something. Maybe, I don't know, help support the podcast, do things.
Yeah, trying to get a job isn't important.
Jobs.
That's yeah, who cares about work?
Who needs money? Money is stupid.
Unimportant.
It's not important at all. But I forgot to open up the first topic, so yeah, here it's up. It's up, everybody. Hello, it's up. No plans for Mass Effect Andromeda on Nintendo Switch, according to Joe Screbbles over to IGN. BioWare has stated that it currently does not expect to port the new entry in Mass Effect series to Nintendo's latest console, the Switch. Quote, "We're not planning on it," end quote, Mass Effect Andromeda producer Michael Gamble explained to Stavar, whatever the fuck that name is. However, he did make it clear that consumer demand could change that stance. If you pay them money, they'll bring the game anywhere. Quote, "If the Switch launches and everyone's just yammering for Mass Effect, who knows? We never want to close doors like that," end quote. Last year, EA indicated that it would be bringing one of its, quote, bigger games, end quote, to Switch, but it's now clear that Andromeda was not the game in question. Fun fact I forgot to include, did you have any thoughts for that, Gary, before I run into it's not really a fun fact, it's just something that happened that I forgot to put mention, but I'm going to
Well,
mention now. What do you have? What do you say? What do you say?
I was actually just going to say that the trailer came out today.
You
which I think you were
motherfucker!
going to...
You took what I was going to say!
I figured you would probably... Yeah, I wanted to steal it, and yes, that's kind of what I'm about these days. The new year, I want to be an asshole. But, yeah, I'm not surprised by this at all. But, I mean, there's no reason for them to do it yet, I guess, to port the game over. So I guess it's smart from a business sense for them to... waiting to see what the demand is like and wait to see if anyone actually wants to play the game on Nintendo Switch, which I think people will. I think that eventually, I think it makes sense, I guess, in the end, if they do bring it over to the Switch, but we'll see.
Who wouldn't want to play Mass Effect or any of the third-party games on the go?
I mean,
let's be real.
I guess that it just comes down to the system requirements and how easy it is to port it over and, shit like that, so... Yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. But go into the trailer, which you were going to introduce before I stole it.
No, I was just gonna say the trailer did drop, and it showed like gameplay aspects of just the combat. It kind of looked like smooth combat. Apparently now every game wants to add jetpacks and dashing in the game because I saw that in Mass Effect. Random question, what type of, when you played the original Mass Effect games, what type of character did you do? I, being the generic-ass person that I am, I just chose the straight soldier. I said, fuck that biotech bullshit. I am just gonna shoot with guns, cause bang bang, bitches!
Yeah, I always did soldier, I think. I don't remember, I mean, my friends and my friend and I used to play this game constantly, like just constant playthroughs. But I don't remember ever doing anything else besides a soldier, which is kind of lame. I mean, I'm usually the type of person that likes to like test out every different class and different builds and stuff like that. But I guess in Mass Effect, I always felt like a soldier was just like that was Shepard. Like it fit, and that was what I was going with. And yeah,
he had that soldier vibe.
The real question is, did you go Renegade or Paragon?
Fucking Paragon all the way, except there's one portion where I went Renegade because I felt that it was 100% needed. I walked up, I forget what, it was like the interaction, you're like storming this, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're storming the building that's being overrun by some company, corporation, I don't know what it is. You get into a tiff with somebody who's by a window, and of course the Renegade thing pops up, and I'm thinking... Fuck it! There's a window. Why not? Click it. Fucking like 300 kicks him right out the fucking window. Hell yeah!
Yeah, I love that stuff. There were so many badass moments you could pull off in that game, and I did play. I definitely did like a Paragon and a Renegade playthrough. I did both because sometimes I think the Renegade like it wasn't necessarily a bad guy. You just kind of played things.
Paragon and Renegade didn't really necessarily mean good or bad. Yeah. It just meant like. Renegade, you gave less of a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And with Renegade, I feel like you could get yourself into shittier situations by being a jackass. So,
but it could have been more fun.
Absolutely, and most of the time was.
But let's, to be honest, I was going to make a point in those Mass Effect games. Well, with this new game, I'm sure they'll bring in some form of morality indicator, like BioWare normally does. I did like that Paragon did have its badass moments, though. Like, you weren't nearly as, like, crazy off the rails, like, say whatever you want. But Paragon, I remember you would have some form where you just kick some ass, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think I remember, grabbing, like, a stun baton randomly and just fucking stunning someone. Things!
I think that actually, well... This may be a different situation.
Was that a Renegade one?
There was
said fuck it.
There was one where there's this guy I think you need to. Damn it! You're trying to find Archangel, which turned out to be Garrus.
How do you? I remember that. But how do you remember that off the top of your head? I only remember things when people, just like give me reminders.
I don't know. I have a good memory, but I remember things that I probably shouldn't remember and forget the things that I probably should remember. So
that's everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. But what the hell was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the Andromeda trailer.
Speaking of memory.
Getting back to the Andromeda trailer, I thought it looked very similar to like Mass Effect 3. Like, it didn't look like it was so – it doesn't look like they got too far away from what the core game actually is. Like they didn't go in a crazy different direction, which is cool. But
It seems
I'm
like
interested to see.
It seems like the camera was zoomed out more. The gameplay kind of looked more fluid. It kind of reminded me the look and feel of walking around. Kind of reminded me of like the Dragon Age Inquisition style exploration. So we'll see how that pans out. Maybe it'll be smoother of a time walking around, because I know Mass Effect, it did feel kind of clunky sometimes moving. It felt kind of heavy, but maybe that's added to it.
Yeah, I think that like Mass Effect 3 was pretty good with that, with the movement. I mean, Mass Effect 2 definitely, I could say like there was definitely like a heaviness to it, and then Mass Effect 1 was kind of crazy. Like the combat was a disaster sometimes, like very frustrating.
But I loved the RPG elements of Mass Effect 1 and all the dialogue trees and how they were affected. Fucking the Arachnid Queen. Rachni Queen didn't fucking pan out in Mass Effect 3, but
Yeah.
I thought that's the one thing that really irked me about Mass Effect 3. I still love the game. I just wish like those things paid off more instead of just like a screen that you would see that it helped. Like,
oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I was wondering if you had played through after they released that patch. I'll never forget the backlash that game received. It was like rioting.
I didn't mind the ending though. I don't know why people were so fucking pissed off about it.
Yeah, the original game, I mean, I love Mass Effect 3. I love the game, and the ending didn't really piss me off too much, but I didn't really understand, I guess, just a lot of like what really
happened to the other characters.
Exactly, and I think that's what pissed a lot of people off. They wanted to see, like, this guy did, this happened to this person, this happened to this planet, blah, blah, blah.
Honestly, the best Mass Effect 2 last, like, mission,
oh, yeah.
That felt sick. That felt like he had to make the right calls, and if he didn't make the right calls, especially this Morgan, whatever his name was, you most likely would die unless you chose him to do a certain task. He would die in every other scenario except for one thing. And he had to make the right call. Which
Morden
Solus. Thank you very much.
Morden Solus? Yeah, I actually pulled that off flawlessly as well. That was pretty badass.
It's not as impressive when you do it.
Of course not. How could I ever be as awesome?
I know. That's why I'm the host. Let's be real. We chose the right thing. Stop talking when I talk, damn it.
Doing it on purpose. Like I said.
Should we move on, or do you have anything more about Mass Effect?
No, I think I'm pretty spent on Mass Effect. Let's move on.
All right. PlayStation 4 sales surpassed 53 million. Uncharted 4 moves 8.7 million. Michael McWhorter over at Polygon. Sony sold more than 6.2 million PlayStation 4 consoles during the holiday season, the company said in a release today. That figure brings cumulative global PS4 sales to more than 53.4 million units sold through to consumers, Sony said. In a release, Sony said its holiday sales figures are based on internal estimates collected between November 20th, 2016 to January 1st, 2017. It's kind of insane that I say 2017 now. Who would have thunk? The company did not provide a breakdown of how well its PlayStation VR headset had sold, nor did it detail how well its new PlayStation 4 Pro hardware was selling relative to its base models. Sony announced in early December that PS4 had crossed a major sales milestone. On the software side, Sony boasted that more than 50.4 million PS4 games, both at retail and digitally, were sold during the same holiday period. Damn. One of those games, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, had sold more than 8.7 million copies as of December 21st. Quote, "We are truly grateful for the tremendous support from our fans and partners, which has helped to make this holiday season one of the best in our history," end quote, said Andrew House, president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, in a release. Quote, "We will aim to continue the momentum this year, blah, 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 PR speak, end quote.
I just wish I was a fanboy right now of like one of the consoles, like an Xbox. Nah, man, PS4 still sucks, dude. Fucking sort of flame war on our own podcast.
I don't want to take part in those stupid console war bullshit. Yeah.
Oh.
But I think it kind of says when, Sony doesn't want to point out how the PSVR sells or the PS4 Pro sells. That kind of points at, and they don't even fucking mention the Vita. That thing's died a while ago, even though I still love it. But PSVR, I don't know how well. It doesn't sound too good that it's selling too well, especially holiday season. Especially coming with another article that I have coming up about the HTC, the Vive, or is it the Vive or?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it might be.
Yeah.
I still think it's too early for like the place. Like obviously the VR is still kind of relatively new to the market, and not a lot of people are familiar with it. And not, I guess people like me, for example, don't really want to buy into the VR yet. I mean, it despite the fact that PlayStation VR is like cheaper than the rest of the competitors out there, it's still expensive. So I feel like a lot of people aren't ready to buy it yet because they probably have a console that just does the same thing minus the headset and
However,
the immersiveness.
What everybody does have is their phone. So, moving on to the next one. Such a good segue. I know. Hold the applause.
Please
5 million Gear VR headsets in homes. Samsung confirms. Brian Crecity over at Polygon writes, more than 5 million Gear VR headsets are in consumers' hands globally, Samsung announced during a CES press conference. Samsung did not release any app sales figure, but it did say that in total, those users have watched more than 10 million hours of video in Gear VR. The Oculus-powered Samsung phone VR headset. Samsung VR is one of the top applications on Gear VR currently, and it houses more than 1,200,360 videos. Numbers. For the headsets, according to the company, the mobile headset is currently available at 20,000 retail stores across the U.S., the company added. Samsung did not release any app sales figure. I'm pretty certain that I already said. More stuff. That's basically it. Go, Gary.
Did you say you had you'd actually tried VR in the past?
Nope, never have.
You never have? I thought you were talking about that one time.
I was planning on it. One of my friends still has it that lives in the area. I just need to get over there and try the PSVR.
Oh, he has it. Okay, cool. I didn't know if it was a PlayStation.
Yeah, he's the guy that I put him on blast because he bought the PSVR and then I said, "Oh, you gonna buy any games for it? There's this cool game." Like the Batman Arkham game, and he's like, "Nah, I don't want to buy it. I mean, why pay money for like an hour or two of this game?" And then I'm like, "Why the fuck do you pay money for a $500 VR headset when you don't have a fucking game to play?"
That is really stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who this guy is. I'm sorry, dude, but come on, beat.
Just call him a moron.
It's like buying a goddamn console and just not buying games for it. It's like I want to stare at the dashboard.
Carlito burrito in the house right now.
What?
Ooh, moving on. Nintendo promises, quote, in-depth look, end quote, at first Switch games on January 13th. Allegra Frank over, you guessed it, Polygon, right. Nintendo will air a special installment of Treehouse Live dedicated to Nintendo Switch games, the company announced. The live stream will kick off on Twitch and YouTube on January 13th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, just hours after Nintendo's hotly anticipated Nintendo Switch press conference. In a tweet, Nintendo promised that fans would be treated to, quote, an in-depth look at upcoming games featured in the Nintendo Switch presentation, and, quote, it's unknown whether that's limited to launch titles or other games that will hit the console later in the year. Yeah.
You watch. It's going to be like, they reveal these games, and it's like, watch this. And they unplug it from they take it on the go, and all of a sudden it's like PlayStation 1 graphics. It's like, wow. Good job, Nintendo.
I don't know if it's PlayStation 1 graphics. You've seen on Jimmy Fallon that he was able to play the Zelda. But that would be awkward if, it just like exploded when he took it off the dock and was trying to run like an NBA game and just
console just melts.
That's the EA game. Is it? No. That's 2K. What's the EA game that's supposed to be the big game from EA that could come there? It's probably one of the past games that have already been released. EA.
I don't know.
It's in the game. Madden? Fucking throw Madden in there? Mirror's Edge? I don't know. Some random one.
Good.
We didn't forget, though, to have our Golden Cartridge segment. Golden Cartridge is a website that we like to do or like to read off of. It's like it shows indie games and crowdfunded projects, and there's a new one that I saw. It's all written by Ryan Donovan. I think he runs the website. He does pretty good articles from what I can see. Salvage and Rescue Operation Stardrop Kickstarter. Boasting some impressive storytelling and gorgeous graphics, the Salvage and Rescue Operation Stardrop Kickstarter looks to amaze everyone who checks it out. After playing the demo that was available on the Kickstarter page, Ryan Donovan, could tell that this game was shooting for something quite amazing, exploring the detailed corridors of not only your own starship, but those that are once old and derelict. This is an expansive world the Salvage and Rescue Operation Stardrop Kickstarter hopes to create and cannot wait to immerse myself into. So what exactly is Salvage and Rescue Operation Stardrop Kickstarter about? Space travel, exploration, and exportation. Are now a booming industry that has specialties in mining, colonization, and commerce. Even with this monumental times, ships are still lost to the great unknown of space, and the result of this has created the Salvage and Rescue Operation Initiative. You will join Aaron and John as they seek old derelict spacecrafts and try to find out what happened to the ship as well as the crews. You will utilize a multitude of tools while exploring these ships. Anything from your trusty flashlight to your multiple scanners, you will have things to help you as you embark on these mysterious vessels. That actually is the greatest part of this game, the vast unknown. The excitement and fear of not knowing what comes next is exactly what the developers are trying to capture. The developers have promised to avoid Andy repetition.
I was laughing before you even read that, dude.
Whoops. Oh, that's like when you read the teleprompter and all of a sudden you just don't realize what. Yep. A fresh ever growing story as well as a unique world each time. The Incredible Project has so much more than I could possibly explain in this simple post, so you should probably check it out on their Kickstarter page. The Salvage and Rescue Operation Stardrop Kickstarter is shooting for the stars, but with ambition and drive of a very amazing team behind them. This should simply be no issue. An immersive story, gorgeous visuals, and all packed into a well-thought-out sci-fi advantage. Salvage and Rescue Operation Stardrop should not be missed. Go check out their Patreon page or Kickstarter. Well, no, never mind. I don't know if they have a Patreon page. Go check out their Kickstarter. Go check out the Patreon page of the Golden Cartridge to give their support. We sure enjoy reading and looking at their articles.
They for a Kickstarter game, that game looks very polished. It looks way better than a lot of, I guess, Kickstarter games would.
I mean, you can say that about. There's a lot that have been polished and still have not been released. I think Star Citizen was a crucial one that has still yet to be released. It kind of has that same type of vibe, I think visual space exploration. We'll see.
I think it's cool. I wonder how the exploration is going to be. Like they talk about how you're going to try to find out what happened to the crew of the ship that you find. That'd be really cool if it's kind of combines maybe some horror elements involved in there. Dead bodies,
alien spider hopping on your face.
Yeah, that'd be really awesome. That'd be my kind of game.
Impregnating you with a baby
in the face, evidently. But yeah, dude, that'd be fucking awesome, though. Seriously, that'd be my kind of game, not the face fucking.
2017, you're gonna be amazing. Yeah. 2017, the year of the face fucking. Wasn't 2016 the year of the rim jobs, or is that something else?
I don't know. I hadn't heard that before, but maybe it was.
I think I heard that back in high school with 2012 was the year of the rim jobs, and it just continued each.
What the
year.
Fuck?
I don't know. Don't mind me. It's 2017, Gary. What is your New Year's resolution? What do you plan? What do you want to accomplish? What do you individually want to accomplish? And then I'll say what I want to accomplish, and then we could talk about what we want Two Jersey Kids to be. We put out, a thing on Twitter asking people to email us at twojerseykids@gmail.com to give their suggestions of how we'd be better. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything. We're kind of sad about that. You kind of dropped the ball on us. But we love you all. So please email us what you think we could do better. It'd be really nice. Gary, what do you plan on doing for 2017? I'm going to talk really low now.
Well, I don't really make New Year's resolutions because I feel like it just doesn't. I feel like you should strive to work or make yourself better throughout the year, not just like in the beginning of the year and then fall off.
Real talk!
Like most people do. But yeah, I want to get a real job because I'm done college now and I need to get a real job because I kind of need money to actually do what I want to do in life, whatever that may be.
Two Jersey
But
kids.
so I would say the top of the list is get a real job. That is definitely top priority.
You saying two Jersey kids recording a podcast that only a certain amount of people, maybe in the triple digits, maybe weekly watch, is not considered a job to you? I feel offended and ashamed,
dude,
that you're my co-host.
I can't consider this a job because I enjoy it. There you go.
Shots
See?
fired at all jobs out there. Gary saw them all day long. What
jobs? No, but damn it. The hell's I gonna say? I mean, I guess like other than that though, I mean, I don't know. I would like to travel more, but then again, need money to do that, which I don't have currently. So
take out a loan.
need a job.
Just go walk to the bank and say, "Hey,
Yeah,
I need a loan.
That's why I do it.
Because I want to go travel. I'm gonna need like $10,000 just to travel. I don't really have a job, but you're the bank.
Well,
Hand me
I
that
do have
money.
a job. It's just a worthless job. It's
Hand
like,
me that
hey,
money.
can I have a loan that I can't pay back? Sure, absolutely. We did it, a few years ago, if you remember. That's what led to our collapse. So yeah.
Yeah.
What are your plans here, senor?
What are my goals for 2017?
In May.
2017? I thought I said 2011 for a second. I was like, oh, it's not time travel. Goals for 2017. The generic ones. I always want to lose weight, but I feel like I can do it this year. I've been hitting a gym that I really enjoy, boxing classes, even though I suffered a hairline fracture a few weeks ago that I still have to, wait on. But I've been doing the thing called Fight Camp, which sort of killed me this week. My legs were dead tired. I feel like an old man when I try to get up because I'm in so much pain when I put any stress on them. I grunt like an old man. That's like a Tim Allen impression right there from Home Improvement.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at those references. 2017. I thought you were going to go longer, so I had time to think.
Well, actually, I could add on to that. Fitness is always something that, like, ever since I started playing hockey for Rutgers, I've really kept a close eye on what I'm eating, and I'm not someone that lives like on a strict diet or anything. I'm not going to kill myself if I have a cheeseburger or something like that. So, I mean, I would say I'm also in that same boat, though. I kind of do want to get in better shape. That's always something I want to do, though. So it's not like
you have to watch out when you stop doing normal sports, like either intramural or club. And all of a sudden you don't have that normal fun way to get your body moving. It can always, you got to watch out, especially when you're in a job from 9 to 5 or 8 to 9 to 10 hours where you're sometimes sitting at a desk, which can be kind of rough for your body.
Yeah, the good thing for me right now anyway is the fact that I have open hockey to go to. So for people that don't really understand what that means, it's just basically I can go out and skate and basically play a pickup game with anybody that shows up, and I happen to know a lot of people that go, so that's something I still do now, even though I don't have Rutgers to play for. And I also play men's league, which is also good exercise as well. So I'm not completely out of shape.
Yeah, another goal that I think a lot of people should have is just to read more. I do read a lot, but I'm going to try to this year at least read one book a month, which is not too crazy, but I'm trying not to read. I'm actually reading more, economic business, investor, style books, more actual, feel like I'm gaining knowledge from reading than just stories, which I've always flew through. But now I'm going to try to, harness my reading abilities into something productive so I don't feel like I'm, wasting away because I already do that with those fun thing called video games, which I still want to play more, like Final Fantasy 15, which I'm really into.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to get back into Stardew Valley a little bit. I got into year 2 of that game.
Damn! Nice.
Yeah. And I just haven't been back to it yet because I've been so occupied with so many other games like Battlefield and everything. So maybe I'll jump.
Did you get a
What's
nice
up?
honey in that? Did you get a nice relationship going?
You know
What's
what's
your sizzle magic?
well, it's so I don't know. Like, I mean, I've been more like occupied trying to get my farm in order because that's obviously a big part of the game is keep making money and stuff like that. And I explored the mine and I got down to level 120, which is the final floor.
Nice.
But like, I haven't really done any of the real like relationship dialogue yet. So I don't really know what's too involved in that. So I'll have to maybe explore that at some point.
Just
but
make the right choices.
yeah, I guess.
Say, you're a girl, I'm a guy. We have the right,
Yeah.
we have certain parts that sort of mesh together. Let's do it. That's how it works, right? That's how I got
it's
my
that simple.
girlfriend. No, it's not. I worked my ass off and finally.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
You just walk out. Hello, I am a man. You are a woman.
Let's be real. I have, growing up and still to this day, I tell my girlfriend this all the time, that I've never, ever had game except for the one time where I, courted my girlfriend that I have now. But I've never had game, probably never will have game. I just, sometimes just, I don't know. It's more, confidence is key, which sometimes, I don't have.
Well, I feel like you also got to be one of those people too. Like you actually have to want to be that sort of. Some people, I guess it comes naturally, but there's some people that can like turn that.
Shout
shit on.
out John Basili.
Oh God.
The reason he has game is he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know. I actually saw him. Strangely enough, I saw him at the gym.
Did you?
This is like I don't know how many months ago this was. I mean, it's got to be like 6, 7, 8 months ago, maybe. But yeah, I was working out, and all of a sudden I look over, and I'm like, John? And he's like, Gary? And we just got into talking for a little bit, and it was funny because he's still John.
Still John, and I think he's losing hair like me.
Oh boy.
He's receding back. Got it.
What's with everybody going bald? Is it a baseball player thing? Is that what the deal is?
No, I think mine was a lot of stress throughout schooling. I would always rub the top of my head as I was studying, and I don't think that's a good thing when you're just constantly rubbing your head. And also, I don't know if I took good care of my hair. I shampooed it, I think, too much, which killed the oils, which I learned.
I don't know.
And also, my family's bald, so that kind of contributes.
Exactly. I think the genetics is more the reason.
Nah, fuck genetics. There's no research at all that indicates that past generations have any effect on me. It's all just random, Gary. Get off this topic.
I know that I'll be fine, I think, hopefully, because my grandfather on my mom's side has hair. He's not going bald. So
Fun fact.
I may just have gray hair or white hair. I might dye my hair pure white.
My mom's dad, bald. My mom's brothers, bald. I'm fucked.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, well.
I think you are correct.
I'm going to rock my bald head whenever that comes. But
You gonna shine it?
yeah, get a nice wax going. Get the buffer going on top of it, Get a nice gleam.
Car.
Yeah. Exactly. What we never really talked about this beforehand because we always wing it sometimes when it comes to this podcast. So Two Jersey Kids going forward for 2017. What do you want to accomplish, Gary, with this? What do we want to accomplish together when it comes to this?
Personally, I want to be a little more attentive because,
praise
frankly,
the Lord.
Frankly, we did this podcast basically from the beginning of my last semester of college to the end. So I was pretty busy a lot of the time, a lot of school stuff going on. So I just want to get a little more into it and also have more things to talk about, I guess, during the podcast, more things that I can personally talk about that I'm interested in, whether it be maybe a game I'm playing or a game that a game that's coming out that I'm interested in, that sort of thing. So I just want to have a little bit more to input instead of you constantly looking up all the topics that we're gonna talk about that night. So
hop on my back. I'll take us to the promised land. That's what I always do.
Yeah.
In teams, there's always that star player that can always put the team on the back and can win a game. Michael Jordan. You can compare me to him if you want. I think I'm that good.
And you have justice, and you have the amount of money he does too.
Yeah.
and the shoe deal as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the championships.
Yeah, I think I have even more talent than he does. So or maybe I have a bigger ego. Who knows?
Maybe.
But I don't know. I kind of want to. The thing is, with expanding this, you sort of need the resources that come along with trying to expand it. I have ideas for shows that I want to do. If we had time, if this was a full-time job, I would love to expand that way, with certain Twitch shows, which I've talked with you about. One that in particular that I mentioned to you that I think would be really good. Basically ripping off something else, but what idea is not ripped off of another good idea? That's America. I don't know. I really want to somehow get this into a YouTube format, getting more visual portion of it. But I'm not sure how to go about that quite yet. We'll see. I want to work towards that so we start building up the YouTube fan base, so to say. And then I also want to somehow get... There's not enough time in the day or free time that I have to do this, but I used to stream when I was bored back in my previous job, because I didn't have a gym to go to. I didn't really know too much, so I'd stream on Twitch. I want to get back to that. I really enjoyed streaming. I did make some YouTube videos too, which were pretty fun to do. The account right now for YouTube is down, but I was just exploring that option because I thought it was fun because I played Valiant Hearts and that was a good game. Sort of cried on camera, so yeah, What up, Gary?
Now I was gonna say I do want to get a new mic, a real mic. I've been using obviously my gaming headset, which is nice, but not a proper podcast.
It's not as fancy as this fucker right here. I'm pointing to my mic.
Dude, your mic's legit, dude. I love that thing. That's like what I see streamers, legit streamers using, and that's pretty badass. So I don't know if I'm going to get one that expensive, but I want to get one that's good. I like to think that I get what I pay for. So
I got this refurbished, and I got it for cheaper because it said there was a scratch on it. So I got $40 or $50 off, and I was like, I don't care, it works.
What else was I going to say? Damn it all. I don't know. But yeah, the mic was definitely one of my priorities there. I wanted
Gary,
to get that going.
Since you're a marketing major, you need to start making the marketing campaign for Two Jersey Kids.
Well,
we need to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's what I want to get to. I don't know how to tabulate that when it comes to podcast form, so I'm just going to say I want 1,000 reviews. That is not a legitimate goal when it comes to 2017. Realistically, I honestly just want at least 20 reviews. 25, maybe 30. Get it up there, people. We appreciate all of our fans, though. We want to interact with you guys more, so if you do want to interact with us or come on the podcast, just tweet us at Two Jersey Kids or email us. We'd be happy to have you on. We're still trying to work out times for us that would work with Adam from England, who we interact on Twitter. We haven't forgotten about you, bud. It's just really difficult finding times for both me and you and Gary.
Okay, this is what I was going to say. I want to still have an episode where we record in the same room. It's a crazy idea.
It might just work.
But it might happen.
Oh my God. That would be. I don't want to see your face in person, Gary.
You're probably. Well, you see it on camera. Is it better looking on camera? I don't know. But
what are we even saying right now? Words.
But I'm enjoying it because it's been a while since we actually did this.
Yeah, it's been a long time. What do you want to do? We have 10 more minutes. I don't want to end this early. It's the first episode back. There hasn't been that many topics, though, or news articles that have been released. Oh, Gary's got something.
I'll add on to what else I want to do for the podcast. I still want to record a new intro and outro for the podcast because that's obviously been a little outdated. I think the original intro for everybody out there was rather jokey.
Live from Two Jersey or JMT Studios.
And we haven't been able to find that guy since that recorded that intro.
Yeah. Who knows where he could be.
But yeah, I mean, I want to kind of spruce that up a little bit, give it a new look, But I definitely want to try to figure out that marketing aspect of this whole thing. I have to read some books on social media marketing, even though
also
it's kind of
if anybody has like a product that they want to sell, come to us. We won't I don't know, give publicity, to a certain product. Maybe a giveaway to our listeners that rate us. That'd be kind of cool. I've reached out to a few people. We're still too small. They ignore me. They sent me to the PR department. Fucking nothing back. The usual. Always ignore the little guy.
You just gotta take shots, man. You just gotta keep going.
Keep trucking along. I'm still trying to get Sony to send us review copies of Horizon. I'm still pestering them.
That might be tough.
I don't know. I think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. Oh, but yeah. I don't know. There's so many things I want to do with, in the future. When we have the resources to do it. I have, goals for, us in the future, but I can't really get into that now because we're not even that far yet. But my one goal is just to get us, people to go rate us on iTunes, which helps us out more with getting more following. And then maybe people would actually look at us from the outside, like businesses, and say, hey, let's give them something, to promote or give away to their amazing listeners, for rating us on iTunes. Two Jersey Kids, iTunes, search it. Go rate us 5 stars. Bang, bang, bang. But, yeah. That is what I have to say about 2017. Gary, we still have 8 minutes left. We need to fill. What are we talking about? Randomness?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was going to say, I really want a game right now. I've been, starving for a game that really, just takes, a lot of my time. I don't know, I've been playing
just talking about Dishonored 2 and Battlefield 1?
Oh, I know. No, it's just Battlefield 1's great because it's a multiplayer game I can play with friends. I love that. It's a great game in general. Dishonored 2, I'm sure it's a great game. I'm not sure if it's I'm not sure. I just have to play more of it. That's the moral of that story. But I really want a game an RPG game that's going to I really want an RPG game that takes
Horizon Zero Dawn is on its way.
Yeah, and so is Mass Effect, I guess, now, but I've just been dying for that sort of game.
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Zero Dawn? I had to look more into the game. I remember watching the trailers for it, and I was very impressed. But it's I'll have to look more into that game as well.
Hyped.
So I need that game in my life again. I need to sit down and have a game I play for weeks, and I just keep plugging away and completing all these quests and shit. So
yeah, I'm hyped for Horizon Zero Dawn because it looks like the Disney movie Brave combined with robot dinosaurs, and who doesn't like that combination?
I have another one.
Oh,
I'm rolling right now. The brain is moving. Okay,
yeah,
so
my brain is slowing down. It's getting late.
Another thing that I really look forward to in 2017 is Star Wars Episode 8, which, rather sadly, Princess Leia or Carrie Fisher passed away.
Yeah, that was
which
sad.
Was
they're planning on having bigger plans for her in Episode 9, though. I just saw.
Well, that's
reports.
part of the thing too. I was wondering how. Obviously, they already finished filming for Episode 8, so that's that's good. That's fine there. I guess that's finished. But Episode 9, do you have to rewrite the movie? Do you have to I wonder now what's going to happen there. It's going to be interesting.
I feel like it. I feel like they have to. I know they went back and went to Lucasfilms to figure out if they to write. I think I don't know if it's to write or figure out the plot for Episode 9 now with the whole Carrie Fisher's unfortunate death. I've never been a fan of they used it in Rogue One. I still don't like CGI. when it comes to characters. It never looks good enough for me. It never looks like smooth. It always takes me out, which happened in Rogue One with
really.
Yeah, certain characters. I was like, they don't look good at all.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now that's the thing. Okay, I'm going to spoil it because I don't really.
Wait, spoilers for Rogue One if you haven't seen it. Cover your ears.
I thought that
Go.
Yeah, cover your ears. I thought that Tarkin was fine. I thought that he was a great add-in. And, obviously, you realize it was CGI, but I thought that they didn't overuse him too much. I thought he fit well into the movie. And Leia at the end, obviously, I thought the ending of that movie was amazing. I thought that made the movie for me. Was how everything racked up together, especially like Vader going badass at the end, and just murdering everyone. Oh my god, I was going crazy in theaters when that happened. But I thought it looked good. I thought the CGI looked good. I don't know if I guess everyone's different, but
no, obviously it's better than it has been it was previously, but it still takes me out of the experience because I can always tell when it's not an actual person, which I know Tarkin, you can't really get that actor back, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to do with Tarkin and Leia. Leia, you didn't need to show her.
Yeah,
the robe and her bun hair is iconic enough. You didn't need to have her turn around and say anything. You just had her there, and it made completely sense. Tarkin, I thought, since he was playing a larger role, I thought they were just going to use clever shots with him, from behind, not completely showing his face, because that's what it seemed like when it first started off. When you first came up and saw him, you would see reflections of what would. Because it looked good from the reflection from CGI, because it's kind of distilled and transparent, whereas when he turns around, it's like bang right there. But I really enjoyed Rogue One. I liked the ending. One of my people that I know didn't like Rogue One. I was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Well, it's like I said before. There's just people that I just feel like will never be satisfied with any Star Wars movie that isn't 4, 5, and 6.
It does clear up some of the plot holes that were in, Episode 4, A New Hope. With why was there a random,
exactly,
just open thing that, flaw in the Death Star that no one caught.
That was the coolest thing. That was really one of my favorite parts of that movie, was how I didn't expect that at all. I didn't expect them to kind of expand on that. And when they did, I thought that was really a clever way of explaining that whole thing, and I thought that was just a really cool way of doing that. So, I
also liked how they showed, because you don't really see it in the original trilogy. They showed how expansive the Empire was, and how large and wide-reaching that the Empire was. How many different planets that they were on, and it also showed how the rebellion was really close to faltering. How scattered they were. How the rebellion is not really. It's hard to tell if are they really good guys. They're doing what needs to be done for this rebellion, but they're sometimes taking innocent people out with them along the way. So it kind of goes more into the intricacies of that, and I like the tone of it. It was definitely darker. It was definitely more grim. But
that's my favorite part about it.
That was the one thing that annoyed me. They did throw the hope line in a little too much.
It was the
hey
scene.
Hey guys, did you want to remember? A New Hope is after this. See guys, hope.
Okay. The last thing I'll say, I guess I don't want to take up too much more time. Anyway, I thought that the speech she gave was really cheesy, and I expected it to happen. Where she says rebellions are built on hope, and it's like, okay, we know.
Tongue in cheek.
Yeah, I was just like, all right. I guess it's Star Wars, so they always have to have that one cheesy type of moment. It always seems to be in there, so it was okay. I could permit that. But.
I did like what was Alan Tudyk? What's his name?
I'm trying to think.
The guy that played the robot.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I like that character a lot.
Yeah, I think he added the right element of comedy. It wasn't episode 7 amount where it was like over the top, not over the top, but there was a lot more of it, lightheartedness. It was like kind of like still dry, but brightly timed.
And I always liked Ben Mendelsohn. He plays Krennic, who's the Imperial officer. I liked his character as well. I was really looking forward to actually seeing him in that movie because he's a tremendous actor in other things that I've seen him in.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that was our Rogue One talk. No more spoilers if you guys were waiting for me to say no more spoilers or wave my hands because, you can see me through audio. That's how vision works. But that has been episode 19 of Two Jersey Kids, our first 2017 episode. I am really tired, so we are wrapping this up thanks to Gary. Thanks, man, for making me tired, you bastard. But again, reminder, please follow us on Twitter at Two Jersey Kids. Please share the podcast with your friends if you think they would like us, because, we want to grow, and the only way we can grow is by, crowdsourcing. That's not the right word, but growing organically through people and what you guys enjoy, and I don't know, come on to the podcast sometime and talk about the games you love, games you've played recently that you can't go without playing for like an hour, review it, say why you like it, say the issues you have with it, the usual. We appreciate all of you. Gary, what do you have to say before we go?
It's great to be here. It's going to be a great year.
It will.
Let's rock and roll. Adios.
We'll see you on Tuesday. I think they should start having the articles back up where it, helps us letting us know what games are coming out this week, because I don't have the time right now to go searching through all the information to find it. Normally there's sites that put it together nicely for me, so I don't have to do the work, Yeah. America. But again, thank you for being here. If we'll probably do something for Tuesday, even if there isn't nothing. We'll just talk about randomness because, that's what everybody loves to do or loves listening from us. But I'm going to stop before I get on another tangent. Thank you all for being here. We love you all. Gary, say bye.
Yo, see you later.
Bye.